Welcome back to Roane State Community College. We will begin game two here momentarily. The umpire meeting with the coaches has just finished. And Ball State got the 8-0 victory in game one and have won the series after winning yesterday's game 11-5 over the Raiders. Grady Parsons out on the mound, the number one pitcher for Roane State, getting his warm-up tosses. Let's get our Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visitors, Drew Plummer will lead off playing second base. Reed Mashinsky in right, batting second. Easton Denning at first, batting third. The cleanup hitters, Gage Hoover playing left field. Devin Thrain in center, bats fifth. Scotty Dean's the DH. He'll hit in the sixth hole. A.J. Armstrong batting seventh, playing third base. Lex Falsoni behind the plate. He will hit eighth, and Tucker Lorenz bats ninth, playing shortstop. On the mound for Vol State, Ryan Murphy, redshirt sophomore from Clarksville High School, Clarksville, Tennessee, gets his second start of the year. He'll face the Roane State Raiders. Look like this. John O. Pierce leads off playing shortstop. Cade Martin, the DH, bats second. Zach Wilson playing right field, hitting third. Mitchell Victor behind the plate. He's the cleanup hitter. Jacob Bly playing second base, batting fifth. Owen Hutchinson in left field hits sixth. The seventh hitter is Miles Denton. He plays third. Ben Edwards at first base, bats eighth. And the number 9 hitter, Carson Yates, playing center field. Grady Parsons is on the mound. Grady is a sophomore from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Station Camp High School, former Bison. His dad, Jeff Parsons, should be here. I have not seen him yet. His mom, Becky, is at home. She's got her middle son, Nate, has the prom tonight, Station Camp High School. As we are set for action here for game number 3 of the series. First pitch is popped out of play, and we are underway at 2:44 p.m. Eastern Time. Game time temperature 57 degrees, brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Shot off the glove of Miles Denton. That gets into left field. Plummer with a leadoff base hit, just like Luke Lawson did in game 1 today. I think Denton thought he had that one in his glove. And he got leather on it, but that ball was tattooed. Plummer gets the leadoff single. That brings Reed Mashinsky to the plate. He swings and fouls the first tip, or first pitch that he sees from Parsons. Plummer was 1 for 3 in game 1, scored a run. Mashinsky was 1 for 3 as well. He scored 2 runs. Had a bunt single. It was supposed to be a sac bunt, and ended up reaching as that fastball misses up. Plummer stays put, swing and miss on a high fastball. Parsons tied up Mashinsky there. On deck is Easton Denning. Concession stand is open here at Roane State, and I'm telling you, I was smelling it all game long in game 1 as they have grilled up some sausages with peppers and onions. I'll put some mustard, some more onions on top of that. Had that for my between game snack. Another throw over to first. Plum back in time. He had a stolen base in game 1. That was his 19th of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes off. He does not, as that pitch is in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Mitchell Victor, the catcher. The third catcher that Roane State has employed in this series. Jonathan Larea got the start in the game 1 yesterday. Zach Wilson has been behind the plate 2 different times. Victor finished game one of the doubleheader as that pitch just missed below the knees of the 6'3" outfielder Reed Mashinsky, a redshirt sophomore from Bradenton, Florida, finishing up his career at Vol State. It's going to be tough to see him leave. Full count pitch is fouled off. As Plummer was off on the pitch. Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, Devin Thrain, all three-year guys here at Vol State. Redshirt sophomores, along with Braxton Alexander, Parker White. Who else we got? Three-year guys. Parsons has a sign. A couple looks to first and delivers. That pitch is high. Ball four, and the Pioneers have the first two aboard here in the top of the first. Scored 6 in the first in yesterday's 9-inning contest, and 3 in game one of the doubleheader. So they've scored 9 runs in the first inning. Looking to try to continue that streak here in the top of the first here as Easton Denning stands in. Easton was 1 for 2 in game one. Reached base 3 out of the 4 times, drew 2 walks, scored twice, drove in a run. Set a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Matthew McCarty, our home plate umpire, was on the bases in game one. He was behind the plate in yesterday's game. Denning leads the club with 48 RBIs. Looking to pick up 1, 2, or 3 here in the top of the first. On deck, Gage Hoover, who hit his 10th big fly of the year, 3-run homer. Game one of the doubleheader, that was in the top of the 7th. Vol State scored 3 in the first, 5 in the 7th. Ground ball, that will be fielded by Blythe. Second tosses to first or second, and they get the 4-6-3 double play. It was a little closer play there than where Easton was called out at third base in game one, but Bass rings him up and turned by John O'Pierce. Thought maybe Denning might have beat that out, but the only opinion that matters, Matthew Bess, he said no as Hoover comes up swinging. Gage 1 for 4 in game one. Swings and misses again. Picked up RBIs 43, 44, and 45, so he was just 3 behind Easton. Another big poke right here, and he'd be 1 behind. As Grady Parsons misses just outside with that offering. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes with Plummer at third base. Led off with a single off the glove of Miles Denton. Breaking pitch backed up on Parsons there, and it's fouled down the right field line. Grady's 10th appearance, all starts. He has a 5-3 record, 5 wins, leads Roane State pitchers. He also has a complete game at 42 1/3 innings of work. Gets a strikeout there. It's Gage goes down looking. Mitchell Victor pulled his glove over into the strike zone. The pitch was on the river at best, but Hoover goes down looking. First time Vol State does not score in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the first for the first time a pitcher at Roane State this year is to go out without the lead. That's Ryan Murphy. We'll be right back to tell you more about Murph when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. Jono Pierce, Cade Martin, and Zach Wilson to face Ryan Murphy. Murphy, a redshirt sophomore transfer from Lincoln Memorial University. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee, Clarksville High School. He's a former Wildcat. He'll pitch from the stretch and deliver. First pitch, the breaking pitch popped up and out of play on the right side. Murphy, the son of Mike Murphy and Melissa Kennedy. There's a grandma in Clarksville, Tennessee, and a Grams in Massachusetts. Murphy gets a swing and a miss from Jono Pierce. Jono 0 for 2 in game one. Did draw a walk, couple ground outs. Man hitting over 400 coming into the game today. Nice block there by Lex Falsoni behind the plate. Came into the doubleheader today hitting .413. Only had one hit in the series. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Sharp breaker, and there's a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to begin the bottom of the first for Murph. Toyota Gallatin player of the game in game one was Eben Hansen, the right-hander. He got his 4th win of the year. Another swing and a miss, and Murphy's got that breaking pitch working. Hansen 4 and 2 now. He went 6 innings. He only allowed 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks. As that breaking pitch gets spiked. Struck out 7. Carter Waltz came in and get the last 3 outs. And now goes to 2 balls and a strike to Cade Martin from Gallatin, Tennessee, right there in the backyard of Fall State. Jim McGuire tried to get him to come to Fall State. Just not wouldn't budge. Just ground ball up the middle. That's going to sneak on through for a base hit. That's his 4th hit of the series. Had 3 in the game yesterday. 1 was questionable. I had it on my score sheet as an error. They gave him a hit on the official score sheet. Now Zach Wilson steps in, playing his 3rd position of the weekend. Martin struck out twice in his only 2 at-bats in game 1 of the doubleheader. Was pinch hit for by Jackson Groves, who also struck out. Runner on with 1 out. Lawson, Lex throws that one to first base. Now apparently we've got an issue with the communication device, and Falsoni comes into the dugout to get some repair. Apparently Trevor Mutzi is the maintenance man for the communication device. Martin stays still, and that breaking pitch snapped off right across the plate. Zach Wilson shakes his head in agreement, saying, hey, that's a good pitch right there. I'll let you have that one on the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1 count. Down low. Murphy struggling a little bit with control here. Did strike out the first batter, but Pierce chased. Helped Murphy out a little bit there. Martin with a single in up the middle. Now ball 4. Puts Wilson on. Left-handed hitting Mitchell Victor, also from Gallatin High School, Green Wave. Followed former teammate Cade Martin. He hits one high out the right field. Mashinsky's going back. He's still going back. He's going to watch Mitchell Victor give Roane State a 3-0 lead. Victor came in hitting 275. That's his second home run of the season, and Roane State takes its first lead on the 3-run home run by Victor. Breaking pitch high and inside to Jacob Bly, the second baseman. Don't know the dimensions here. Regular size field, as that one gets in there for a called strike. Bly's a redshirt freshman from Brentwood, Tennessee, also Ravenwood Raptor. He and Miles Denton. I think there might be one or two more. Breaking pitch, called strike. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 3 in for Roane. Ball State won game 1 11-5 yesterday, and 8-0 game 1 of the doubleheader. Ground ball right back to Murphy. He's going to glove and hustle over to first. Underhand toss. Out number 2 on the ground out. Owen Hutchinson stands in. Another left-handed hitter. Hutchinson 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Had a hit in yesterday's game as well. Swings at the fastball, fouls it back. Another swing on a breaking pitch, foul tipped. Hutchinson was 1 for 2 in yesterday's game, had an RBI, so he's 2 for 5 in the series. Did not get to start in game 1 yesterday. He has started both games today. Started in center field in game 1 of the doubleheader and is in left field. That ball gets through the wickets for ball 1. On deck, Miles Denton. Hutchinson looks at that pitch all the way into the glove for ball 2. From Dixon County High School, the left-handed hitting left fielder. Chucking up on the bat. Swings and misses on the slow breaking pitch. Another Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to end the first. Roane State gets on the board first with a 3 spot. Thanks to Mitchell Victor. What's your vector, Victor? It is over the right field line on a 3-run home run, his second of the year. 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Headed to the top of the second. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Devin Thrain leads off for the Pioneers in the second, facing Grady Parsons. Delivers a pitch a little bit high to Thrain. Devin 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader, had an RBI, also drew a walk. Fastball misses up. Thrain 1 for 7 in the series so far. On deck, Scotty Dean. There's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to sneak past the glove of the diving Jacob Bly at second base into right field for a base hit. The third hit of the series. Sorry, the second hit for Thrain. Second hit of the game. Second time Pioneers have led off the inning with a base hit. Thrain, another red shirt sophomore. Transfer sophomore Scotty Dean steps in. Scotty 1 for 2 with another double in game 1 of the doubleheader. It's going to be a possible double play ball. 4 to 6 to 3, and another double play turned by Roane State. This is twice now, 4-6-3 on the twin killing. The leadoff hit is erased. And A.J. Armstrong will bat here in the second with 2 out and nobody on. He swings, drives one down the right field line. Zach Wilson's over, and that will fall in foul territory. Armstrong will get another opportunity. Anakin Jack Armstrong, freshman from Cannon County High School in Woodbury, Tennessee. 6'1", 225 freshman. Been solid there at third base. Son of Jack and Sharon Armstrong. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Hello to Paul and Nana in Woodbury. They're probably listening in. Popped up. Shallow center field, Carson Yates. He's going to let that drop. He and Owen Hutchison came over, and A.J. Armstrong's going to get a gift single. Wow. Yates started in center field yesterday. They put that as an error up on the board. Who do you give the error to? That's what I want to know. Lex Falsoni will stand in. Personally, if you had to give an error, you'd give it to the center fielder. Should have been him catching the ball as Falsoni stands in. Left fielder Owen Hutchinson's playing about as deep as I've seen an outfielder play. Falsoni with 5 big flies. He hits one high and deep to center field. He knows he's got that one. Yates is going to see that one sail over the wall. Lex Falsoni picks up his 6th home run of the year. Let it fly, Lex. Now, Framework Athletics first runs of the game, scored by A.J. Armstrong and Lex Falsoni, who picks up 2 RBIs. A sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School. He knew that one right off the bat. Pitching coach Garrett Dalton would go out and have a chat with Grady Parsons. Definitely Roane State should have been out of the inning with the fly ball to center field, but it dropped. See if we can lobby for that one to be a hit later on. Again, normally, well, yeah, they're not going to call that a hit. I mean, there's just no chance that they do it. Tucker Lorenz stands in, 2 out, 2 in. First pitch he sees from Parsons misses outside. Question again, is, who do you give the error to, the center fielder or the left fielder? I'll say the center fielder. So those runs will be unearned to Grady Parsons. Swing on a 2-0 pitch, fouled over toward the softball field. Or toward our bus, the Metro livery bus. Our bus driver, Glenn, is in the stands here rooting for a sweep. Asked him if he brought his broom. He's fired up. Our bus driver from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Tucker Lorenz backs away from that inside fastball. The count goes 3-1. On deck, leadoff batter Drew Plummer. Roane State with 3 in the bottom of the first. Fall State with 2 here in the top of the second. There's strike 2. Lorenz started to head down to first base, but he'll have to come back and face a full count, Ministries full count from Grady Parsons. Full count, first pitch, foul ball off to the left side. It will get out of play. It's Miles Denton, the blonde-headed one, loses his lid. Jim McGuire will pick that up for him and hand it to him. I'm pretty sure that Coach McGuire is familiar with the Denton family. They've got, I don't know how many, I think maybe 3 or 4 boys in the Denton family. Full count pitch. Popped up. That's going to come back this way. Devin Thrain started the inning off with a base hit into right field, but Scotty Dean grounded into a do-dat double play. Actually, it's not a do-dat when the other team does it, but it was a 4-6-3. And a changeup by Parsons has Lorenz way out front. Second strikeout of the game for Parsons. Fall State on the board, 2 runs. They'll end up as unearned, but 2 hits in the inning, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Going to the bottom of the second, 3-2 is your score. And you're watching and listening to the Vol State YouTube channel. Thank you for doing that. Bottom of the second we go. Miles Denton, Ben Edwards, and Carson Yates due up to face Ryan Murphy. Starts Denton off with a high breaking pitch. Miles 0 for 1 in game 1 of the doubleheader, drew 2 walks, also struck out. He's a threat when he comes to the plate. Denton leads the team in home runs with 6, also RBIs at 25. Takes a healthy cut there on a high fastball, comes up empty. Oh for 3 in the series is Denton. There's a strike poured in there by Murphy. He's drawn 4 walks, has Miles Denton. Played in all 3 games, started all 3. Breaking pitch right there was a strike in game one of the doubleheader. This time it's full count. Ministries full count. Difference in umpires. He strokes the breaking pitch and another walk for Denton. That is number 5. Second walk of the game by Murphy. Brings Ben Edwards to the plate. He got one of the 2 hits in the 8-0 loss for Roane State in game 1 of the doubleheader. Yeah, that pitch nearly caught him in the mush. Wild pitch moves Denton down to second. A.J. Armstrong going to come in and have a chat with Murphy, try to settle him down a little bit. 2 full count, 242 D group members right there. Freshman A.J. Armstrong and Ryan Murphy. Haven't met with the 2 groups. Got a freshman group of 4 and sophomore group of 6. Have not met with the 2 groups maybe once. We also had a Super Bowl party that the mixture came, so they see each other pretty regular at the baseball practice. So there's a nice breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Falsoni having trouble again with the communication device. He'll come over and get a quick tune-up. Luke Lawson's going to take care of it. There's a young man that can fix about anything. Vehicles, sprinkler heads. I need to get him before he leaves to help me with my wood chipper. Now a runner at second base in a 1-1 count, nobody out, bottom of the second. Edwards fouls that one off, gets onto the press box / concession stand / bathrooms here behind the baseball field. Softball complex, it's active to the left of the baseball field.
Go get you one, Murph. Let's go. Go get it.
1-2 pitch coming to Ben Edwards, the first baseman. Delivered down low. Murphy has a sign, looks back at second, sees Denton leading off and delivers a breaking pitch. Reached out and touched. There may be problems. That's going to get down into right center field. It's going to back up on Thrain. That's going to be an RBI single as Denton comes in. Throw gets by Lorenz at second base, but the runner cannot move up, but Roane State gets one of those runs back on an RBI single by Edwards. He's got 2 hits on the afternoon. Drives in Denton, who's walked. So both walks have come in to score. That's now 3 hits in the game. Carson Yates stands in. He's going to square around the bunt, push it down the right first baseline. Denning is going to underhand to Murphy, who gets on the bag, and Yates moves the runner over on the sac bunt. He runs well. He was clearly going for a hit as well, but the sacrifice moves Edwards down to second base. Jono Pierce steps in. Strikeout victim to begin the game for Roane State. Pierce 1 for 7 in the series. One run in, a runner at second, 1 out. Ground ball to the right side. Plummer stays down, gloves, and throws over to first base for out number 2 on the play. Denton moves to third. Pierce 0 for 2 in the contest. leaving up to Cade Martin, who's been hot. 3 hits in game 1 yesterday, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in game 1 of the doubleheader today. Pops this one up. Devin Thrain waving his hands. Says he's got it. It's going to back up right at the last second and make the catch for the final out of the second. Roane State with 1 more run on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. 4-2, Roane State leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
Vol State is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. Vol State CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose Vol State because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
Top of the third, Grady Parsons, starting pitcher to face the top of the Vol State lineup, Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, and Easton Denning. First 2 innings, Vol State's collected a hit by the leadoff batter. Drew Plummer did that. And a shot to the third baseman, Miles Denton, on his glove side. I think he thought he had it, but got right off the leather and into left field for a base hit. But each time that Vol State's gotten the leadoff man aboard on that base hit, Roane State has turned a 4-6-3 double play to get 2 outs. There's another one smashed down the third base line. Plummer's going to round first. He's going to take off for second. The throw from Hutchison is late. Drew Plummer with a dudette double to lead off the third. He's 2 for 2. Right between Miles Denton and the third base bag. Good to see Plum starting to get hot. Had a 2-run home run in yesterday's 11-5 win. Had a double in game 1, and now they get 2 doubles on the day as Mashinsky sees a fastball up. 4th hit of the game for the Pioneers. Could have been the 5th. There's a line drive that's caught by John O'Pierce. That ball was sinking quickly. Mashinsky got that a little off of the end of the bat. Didn't get the barrel on it. There's out number 1 as Easton Denning steps in. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. We've seen a big fly from Easton. Parsons delivers a fastball outside. Denning thought he had him one. I'm not sure, that may have been in the Motlow State game. Thought he had one down that right field line, but the umpire said it curled and went foul before it went over the foul pole. He hits one high, doesn't have home run distance, but it's in foul territory. Over is the first baseman, and over the right fielder also Zach Wilson, but he can't make the catch. Falls out of his glove.
Let's go, Dan.
Trying to readjust this camera here to get a little less of behind home plate. Sorry for that, but it's only me here. I don't have my man Alec Trompke to help me out. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to the hard-hitting freshman first baseman Easton Denning. They don't want to get anything in his wheelhouse. That fastball misses away with a base open. They pitch a little more carefully to him, but Gage Hoover with 10 bombs is standing on deck. Denning a couple of hits in the series. Make it 3 hits as he lines one into right field, rounding third. Plummer. The throw is too late, and Denning picks up another RBI. Ball State trails by 1 for the second time. And Plummer scores a run. That's his 4th run of the series. Gage Hoover stands in. Plummer now with 46 runs scored, leads the club. Been a leadoff batter the majority of the year. He's been bounced a little bit early in that 1 and 6 hole. Hoover sees a fastball just above the letters for ball 2. Struck out looking as time is called, I think. No, not yet. Now, base umpire Matthew Best raises his hand as he sees Garrett Dalton, the pitching coach and assistant coach, want to come out and have a chat with Grady Parsons. Second visit of the afternoon for Dalton. Cam Hamsley in his 5th year as the head coach here. He got the head coaching position 5 years ago. I believe he was 28 years old. At that time, the youngest, and I think he's still the youngest head coach in the conference. It's his 8th year, though, with Roane State. Athletic director David Lane was named the AD a year after Cam Hamsley became the head coach. David Lane used to be the head coach a few years back here for the baseball team. So head coach and an assistant coach here at Roane. Very, very nice man, David Lane. Cam Hamsley's a pretty nice young man himself. Hoover sees a breaking pitch back up and into his hands, or in front of his hands, and the count goes 3-0 with Devin Thrain on deck. 1 out, 1 in, 1 on for the Pioneers, trailing 4-3, facing Roane State's #1 pitcher. That ball gets by, and Gage Hoover is going to go down to first base. Down to second will go Denning. The ball did get to the backstop, but Denning cannot advance any farther, so no wild pitch. Second walk of the game by Parsons. Puts 2 on and 1 out. Devin Thrain, who had a single leading off the second, steps to the plate. He swings to the first pitch, fouls it off. Six-foot, 185-pound redshirt sophomore from Thompson Station, Tennessee. Son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain. Got a couple of grandparents are up in Massachusetts. Nani, as he swings and misses there. Grammy and Grandpa.
Let's go, Dad. Bear down. Let's go.
Medical red shirt last year for Ball State. His freshman year, he had 3 appearances on the mound. Oh, 2 pitch, they're going to throw back. And why do I change the camera? Just because as soon as action happens, I've got a reflex going. Denning back in time. Grandma Loco watching from Bowling Green. Drew Moorhead's grandma. As that pitch sails high, she's sending an email at tresports@gmail.com. Appreciate the emails. Try to get to them when I can. Appreciate the kind comments from all of our loyal listeners and supporters. Of course, all of the Plummer family. That ball's hit high in the air on the left side. Owen Hutchinson over toward the line, and he's going to make the catch. Thrain got out ahead of that one. He could have held back just a hair. He might have had a shot at a big fly, but Hutchinson gets over to the line and makes the catch.
Let's go, Scotty.
That's 2 outs. Scotty Dean will step in. Grounded into a double play in the second after Thrain reached on the single. Drew Plummer led off the inning with a double down, ground ball hard down the third baseline. Line out by Mashinsky and then an RBI single. That ball's drilled into left center field. Scotty Dean just one hop the wall. 1 run's going to score. They're going to send the runner. Here comes Hoover and the throw from Pierce to the plate. Not in time. Hoover comes in standing to give Vol State the lead. State now leads 5-4 on another do-dat double from Scotty Doubles Dean. Been a doubles machine this weekend. It's his 4th. And that looks like that might end the afternoon for Grady Parsons. Cam Hamsley is out of the dugout, and he's going to take the baseball. We'll take a break. Tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the Vol State Sports Network.
The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses. Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, Vol State is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more.
New pitcher on for Roane State, Jackson Knotts, the right-hander, wearing number 13. He's from Franklin High School in Franklin, Tennessee. A sophomore on in relief of Grady Parsons, who goes 2 2/3 innings. Gives up 6 hits, that's showing on the scoreboard. Right now 5 runs, but Scotty Dean on at second base is his responsibility. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, faced 15 batters. Knotts on for his 12th appearance, 3rd in relief, 4-4 record, 8.24 ERA. He does have 1 save. This is not a save opportunity. 43 2/3 innings of work, giving up 58 hits, 43 runs, 40 of those are earned. He's going to face A.J. Armstrong with 2 outs and a runner at second. A.J. looks at a pitch down low for ball 1. Armstrong and a pop-up out to shallow center, left center field. Carson Yates over and looked like he was going to catch it. Owen Hutchinson came over from left field, and then apparently some doubt entered the mind of Yates, and they both sat there or stood there and watched. That ball's fisted and popped up, and Miles Denton is going to make the catch for out number 3 there on a soft little pop-up off the bat on the handle of A.J. Armstrong for out number 3. Vol State scores 3 runs in the inning. Those are all off of Grady Parsons on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. You can close the book on Parsons. 6 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts right now. The pitcher of record for Roane State as the Pioneers lead 5-4. Why did that? Oh, I know why. Now we'll end the inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Ryan Murphy back out for Vol State, pitching with the lead for the first time. Be right back after this short break. Zach Wilson to lead off, bottom of the 3rd for Roane State. Breaking pitch popped up on the right side. Drew Plummer has his head lifted straight into the air and nearly dropped it. He did drop it. I thought he bobbled and repossessed it, but he dropped it. So Zach Wilson reaches on the air. Drew Plummer, that was just in the outfield grass. I mean, he was looking straight up into the air. That was a high pop-up. The error allows Wilson to reach. First error of the ball game for Vol State. Mitchell Victor got Roane State on the board with a 3-run home run in the first. That was his 2nd of the year. Now 2 balls and no strikes by Murphy. There's a breaking pitch, catches the inside corner. On deck, Jacob Bly. Runner starts to go and does not. It's grounded foul down the first base line. Two balls, 2 strikes. Apparently I did not put the other strike up there, so count is correct. 2-2 pitch coming to Victor. Wilson stays put. Another foul ball on a breaking pitch. Handful of guys here from the Gallatin-Sumner County area. Mitchell Victor, Grady Parsons. He's going to get 2 for 2 day as he strokes one into right field for a base hit. First 2 have reached here in the bottom of the 3rd. Victor is 2 for 2. Came in hitting .275. He's only had 11 hits in the year. He has 2 more, including a home run and 3 RBIs. He's up to 15. And Jacob Bly steps up. Let's see if we see a sack bunt here. Bly's had none of those. Yesterday, Roane State down 6-0. Squared around just as Bly does there, and he takes a strike. I don't even know that he offered at the pitch. See if I can see that on the replay. He bunts this one, gets it in front of the plate. Falsoni, and he throws it into foul territory, but Plummer's able to get over there and make the catch for out number one. Bly lays down the second sack bunt of the day, but even of the game for Roane State. That's 3 on the series. Brings up Owen Hutchinson. Swings and fouls that one straight back. Roane State had 20 sack bunts on the year. Now make it 22. And smashed foul as Hutchinson hooked that one into the Vol State bullpen. Count goes 0-2. Hutchinson was a strikeout victim to end the first inning. Murphy needs a strikeout right here. Nearly. Well, he did get it. Home plate umpire took a half a second and then drew back, and that's a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout as Hutchinson goes down looking. Third strikeout of the game, second time Hutchinson has been retired via the strikeout. Now Miles Denton, the walk machine, stands in. He walked and scored in the second. Fastball up, licks Falsoni. He's got to get his high hoppers on to get out of the crouch to get that one. Nanny and Poppy. Bob and Lynn Plummer, they're listening in. They're rooting for Ryan Murphy to get out of those jams so that that runner who reached on Drew Plummer's error will not score. Tend to remember it a lot less. Breaking pitch misses up. Now 3 balls, no strikes with Ben Edwards on deck. .30 pitch, catches the inside corner. Ball State no midweek games next week. It will face Walter State. Thursday and Friday is the scheduled dates for the Walter State series. It's our last home series. Breaking pitch misses outside. Denton tosses the bat away for the 6th time in the series. Trevor Mootsie will come out and have a chat. That's the 3rd walk of the game. 2nd time that Denton has walked, and the bases are now loaded. It's Ben Edwards dumped a base hit into right field. We'll get the next crack with 2 outs to try to tie the game or take the lead for the Raiders. Edwards came into the day hitting .292. Utility man, he got into the game on the mound for Roane State in game 1 of the doubleheader. 4 pitchers pitched in the 7th. Carter Davis started it. Jay Brosart, Nicholas Kidd, Ben Edwards, 4 pitchers pitched in the 5-run 7th inning. Ball State won that game 8-0. Breaking pitch nearly ducked into by Edwards. Would have been an RBI if he'd have let that hit his head. But somehow or another that pitch avoided his helmet. Zach Wilson reached on an error. Swing and a miss there. Mitchell Victor hooked a single into right field. Sack bunt moved the runners to second and third. Strikeout of Owen Hutchison preceded a walk to Miles Denton, and that's where we are right now with Ben Edwards in a 1-1 count. Make it a 1-2 count as Murphy dots the outside corner at the knees. Strike away from getting out of the bases loaded jam.
Go get him, Murph!
Ryan Murphy comes set and delivers. Breaking pitch, chopped at and fouled over the backstop. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, sorry for the choppy video. Hopefully the audio is still working. You can understand everything that's happening here. 5-4 Vol State lead. Murphy delivers a fastball up, and Edwards did a good job just to get a piece of that one. Normally you see swing and miss on a fastball above the letters, but Edwards got his bat head to that ball enough to foul it straight back. On deck, Carson Yates for the Raiders. Bases are loaded. Error, hit, and a walk, and popped up in the infield. Ryan Murphy says he's got it, and he does. He makes the catch to strand the 3 runners. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 runners left on. After 3, Vol State clings to a 1-run lead. We're scheduled to play 7 innings here in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. You're watching and listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Jackson Knotts to face Lex Falsoni, Tucker Lorenz in the top of the order. First pitch misses somewhere to Lex. Knotts came in and got the last out of the 3rd inning. A little tighter zone here in Game 2. Falsoni hit a 2-run home run, swings at a pitch out of the zone there, and count goes 2 balls and a strike. 6th home run of the year. In the 2nd, pull Vol State within 1. Pops this one up. That will get out of play. Back this way, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tried to get that center field camera working today, but for some reason my wireless transmitters are not working. Another pop-up. That gets back this way as well. Somebody on YouTube agrees with me regarding the hit versus error on a pop-up that falls between 2. There's a shot out to left field. Lex might have just got a second one. He did. Falsoni for the second time this year. It's 2 home runs in 1 game. Falsoni's 7th of the year. Lex Falsoni likes to hit home runs in bunches. And the boom comes. This one a solo shot. He didn't care if it's Grady Parsons or Jackson Knotts. Give me a pitch I can swing at. Tucker Lorenz stands in. He struck out in his only plate appearance. Pops that one up on the left side. John O'Pierce out into shallow left field. He's going to make the running catch over the shoulder for out number 1. Drew Plummer steps to the plate, 2 for 2 with the bat today. He's also broken a bat. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Where did that ball go? Because half the bat went over the mound. Plummer backs away from that backdoor breaking pitch. That must have been on that fielder's choice that he hit. Runners at first and second. He hit a little soft ground ball to the backhand of the shortstop. He's going to pop out on this one, or at least a pop up into the sun. Miles Denton has the glove up, shielding the sun. Makes the catch for out number 2. Plummer now 2 for 3. Over. Gets hotter than a pistol. 2 out, Ray Mashinsky stands in. Lined out softly to the shortstop in his last time up. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Off-speed pitch misses down. Looked like maybe a changeup. Caden Blackford's another one of the red shirt sophomores. There's a base hit off the glove of Pierce that rolls into left field. Mashinsky gets on the board with a base hit. 2 out knock after Lex Falsoni leads off the inning with his 7th home run of the year and 2nd in a row. Pop out, a couple pop outs to the left side, and Mashinsky now 1 for 2 brings up Easton Denning, who had an RBI single in the 3rd. See if Easton can lift and separate here. Takes a healthy cut there. Looked like he was trying to pull that outside pitch. Earlier in the year, Easton was going the opposite way a little bit more. Been pulling the ball of late. Whatever he's doing it well. Easton with a couple RBIs today. It puts him at 49. Do some research. See, I'm sure the last time that Fall State had RBI producer, it was probably Jace Mizell throw over to first. Back in just in time as Mashinsky. Mushinski with 7 stolen bases, has not been caught this year. Jackson Knott's on in relief of Grady Parsons. Knott's has several starts this year. This is, I think, only his 3rd in relief. One of the weekend starters normally, not this weekend though. He has 9. In fact, he and Grady Parsons just picked up his 10th, so Jackson has 9 starts. Breaking pitch. That's a late call right there. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but it was extremely delayed. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Roane State on at first base. He is not off with this pitch, and it's popped up foul on the left side. That'll get out of play. It'll get in foul territory, not out of play. Somebody from the Roane State dugout will retrieve that baseball. Maybe the assistant coach, Garrett Dalton, is after it. Denny with 3 home runs on the year. When will he get his 4th? Not going to get it there, as it's swing and miss on a ball in the dirt. Victor throws down to first base to record the final out. Ball State scores 1 on the solo home run by Lex Falsoni, his 7th of the year. 2 hits in the inning, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Ball State now leads by 2, 6-4. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network. Welcome back to Roane State Community College, where Ball State trying to get the sweep of the 3-game series, leads 6-4. Walter State got the sweep against Jackson State. They won the final game today, 22-0. Went 7 innings. Must have scored late in that one. First pitch swinging, Carson Yates misses on the pitch from Ryan Murphy. Tipped into Falsoni's mitt. He throws a 1-hopper out to Murphy, who tries to get it with his hand. I think Lex might have got hurt with that foul tip into his glove. Yates down in the count, 0-2, make it 0-3 as good morning, good afternoon, good night. That's a backward K. It's still a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. 4th of the game for Murphy. 2nd backward K in the book. Brings top of the order, John O. Pierce, 0 for 2. That one slipped out of Murph's hands. Jono from Brentwood, Tennessee. He's heading to Carson Newman of up in Jefferson City. He is committed to play for the Eagles. He's going to be Jono the Eagle Pierce. Several full count rhythm players have come from Carson Newman over the years, so gotten to know several of those guys. Breaking pitch backs up and stays inside. Murphy now 3-0 to the leadoff batter with Cade Martin on deck. See if Pierce is taking here. He looks like he's taking all the way, and that's ball 4. Murphy, his 4th walk, and that's going to take care of the afternoon for Ryan Murphy as Jim McGuire out of the dugout. That means a pitching change. We'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the Ball State Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit ballstate.edu to learn more. A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a detective working on cases, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at ballstate.edu.
Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Brady Davis, freshman. Right-hander. He's also a Clarksville Wildcat. Just like Ryan Murphy. So we go from Wildcat to Wildcat. Brady Davis on in relief of Murphy. 5'11", 165-pound right-hander. Business major, the son of Rodney and Ryan Davis. Brother to Faith and the grandson of Grandpa in Clarksville. Grammy is also in Clarksville as Davis comes on for his 12th appearance. It's his 9th in relief. Does have a save. Right now, let's say it's a save. Well, it would be a save opportunity if he finished the game, but 18 innings of work, 24 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts. He has plunked 7 opponents. Comes on with 1 out and 1 on in relief of Ryan Murphy. First batter he faces is Cade Martin. Throw over to first. He's still there. There's 27 stolen bases, and he was going to go there, except Davis waited just a tick too long and made Pierce stop. Don't have a split screen. He's got a small lead. He's going to try to do the hop, throw over, and Pierce is back in head first. Wind picking up now, coming from the softball field over toward the baseball field, so heading out to right field as it was yesterday. Martin 1 for 2, waggling the bat, another throw over. Pierce walking it off. Not sure if he's flexing that right hand. That's why they wear those oven mitts sometimes. Is you want to get your fingers bent back. He's not wearing an oven mitt. Another throw over. Murphy 3 1/3 innings. He's up 4 hits. 4 runs to this point, but Pierce is his responsibility. Can't lose the game. Another jump off and a throw over by Davis. Walked 4, struck out 4. Faces 19 batters. Davis delivers a breaking pitch that stays up. Davis throws over to first. Not familiar, and it's a difference between college baseball and Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball now, You can only throw to the base 3 times, and if you don't pick them off on the 3rd time, then they get the next base. There's a late call of a strike on the inside corner at the knees. College baseball, high school baseball, you can throw as many times as you want to a base. What you can't do is just step off the rubber and not throw. You can only do that once per batter. If you do it a 2nd time, or each successive time, I think, is throw over, it is a ball on the batter. Trying to speed the game up a little bit. Too many just step-offs. I'm sure it'll be just a matter of time. That ball's popped up out of play. Before college baseball follows Major League Baseball and says you can only throw over 3 times.
1, 2, 3, go, get. Give me a ground ball. Let's go.
Roane State took the lead 3-0 in the 1st. Ball State countered with 2 in the top of the 2nd. Roane State with 1 in the bottom. That ball's popped up on the right side. Might be playable for Denning. He's in foul territory, and he makes the catch. Caden Martin knew it. As soon as he saw Denning stop before he gets to the Vol State dugout. And Martin is the 2nd out of the inning. That brings Zach Wilson to the plate, the right fielder. Throw over to first. Pierce back standing. And a running lead is not going to get a stolen base, though, because Zach Wilson gets hit by a pitch, putting runners at 1st and 2nd. So I think there still has not been a stolen base by Roane State yet in this series, if I have that correctly. Oh, I'm wrong. 2 of them in game 1 of the doubleheader. Pierce got his 28th, and Preston Brooks. Those are both in the 1st inning. That's right. That's when Scotty Dean threw the ball down to 2nd. He got into center field. So now 2 on, 2 out. Mitchell Victor, who's 2 for 2, stands in. Might be 5'9", 5'10". Not a big guy at all. Their catchers are not big. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Scotty Dean's probably about 6'1", 6'2", but Falsoni 5'11", so catcher's does not have to be 6'2" to 6'5". See it in the pros, though. Davis looks like he's turning that ball over. Might be a changeup he's trying to throw to the left-hander. Keeps sailing outside. Victor with a 3-run home run in the 1st. Single in the 3rd. Batting for the 3rd time. There's a nice little breaking pitch snapped off for strike 2. Pioneers trying to strand a couple more Raiders on the bases. No hits in the inning. It's been a walk and a hit by pitch. Swing and a miss, and Brady Davis comes in and gets the job done. That's a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to end the threat. First strikeout of the game for Davis. And 2 Raiders are stranded. We are headed to the top of the 5th, scheduled for 7 innings here at Ball State, or here at Roane State. Ball State leads 6-4. 5 and 6-2 up for the Pioneers to face Jackson Knotts. Knotts a relief pitcher. Came in for Grady Parsons. Has not faced Gage Hoover yet. Hoover's 0 for 1, walked and struck out. Swings and pops this one up on the right side over as Jacob Bly into the grass in the outfield, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Knotts, Knotts. All State had a player, Zach Knott, from Knoxville a couple of years ago. He did not have an S at the end of his name. Devin Thrain, who does not have an S, takes a breaking pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. Montlow State defeating or leading Columbia State. Game may be over. 5-0, it says bottom of the 7th. Chattanooga State defeated Southwest Tennessee 12-3 in action today. Another breaking pitch Thrain did not offer at. Down the bottom of the 2nd, Columbia State leads Montlow State 3-0. Said earlier, Walter State all over Jackson State. A line drive right to the second baseman for out number 2. Thrain now 1 for 3 here in game 2. Brings up Scotty Doubles Dean to the plate. Double play and a 2-run double. 4 doubles on the weekend or on the series for Dean. Takes a fastball right down heart of the plate at the knees for a called ball. Drills that one. That one's not coming back. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Scotty Dean with a solo home run. Have you a series, young man? Scotty's 4th home run of the year. Ball State now leads 7-4. 3 RBIs on the day or on the game for Scotty. Had an RBI in game 1 of the doubleheader. That was a hanger right there. A.J. Armstrong stands in. A.J. nearly got hit by the first 2 pitches that he's seen from Jackson Knotts. That RBI total going up for Scotty. 4 on the day. I think that's now 17. All 3 to A.J. Walk Armstrong. Leads the conference in percentage of times that he comes to the plate that he draws a walk. Nearly 30% of the time. He has been down on that in this series, but picks up all 4 there. He's reached on the error that was put up on the scoreboard as an error on the pop-up out to center field. That center fielder looked at the left fielder looked at the center fielder, and neither one of them caught the ball. They put up on the scoreboard. Game changer is what Roane State uses to keep track of their game, as Lex Falsoni, who has hit home runs in both times he's come to the plate. Knotts yanks the first pitch low and outside. Why did that not work? Let's put the runner on first. now. Operator error, I'm sure, why my scoreboard wasn't working. Roane State Lady Raiders are taking on the Lady Senators of Walter State, as Garrett Dalton will come out and have a chat with Jackson Knotts after he gave up a solo home run to Scotty Dean. Now walked A.J. Armstrong, who's got 2 balls, no strikes to Mr. Falsoni, the sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School. Son of Jerry and Andrea. Lex thinking about becoming a firefighter, I just found out. He's getting his degree in May, business administration. Hello to Grandpa and Grandma. They might be listening in up in Flint, Michigan. He's from Smyrna, Tennessee. Falsoni's 5'11", 220 pounds. 2 ball, no strike count after the meeting is over. Armstrong leads off at first, hops off. Lex takes a healthy cut there and fouls it straight back. Armstrong probably not going to be taken off. He does have 4 stolen bases, but you don't want to take a chance of getting thrown out at second base when Falsoni might be hot. Could he tie Gage Hoover with the most home runs in one game? Hoover's got 3 in one game. Falsoni, he had a pitch right there, but kind of backed up a little bit toward him, and he fouled it. Let's get the proper count up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on, 1 in here in the 5th. Ball State with 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. So far, 1 here in the 5th, leads 7-4. Trying to sweep the series at Roane State. Runner does take off, swing and a miss. Down goes Falsoni on the breaking pitch. Second strikeout for Knotts. Ball State 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 5th. Ball State leads 7-4. Let's keep it right here. We'll get our alumni spotlight. Earlier in game 1, we had Jody Zimmerly, and his son Zach Zimmerly is our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlight here for game 2. Zach was an infielder, outfielder. Actually, he was an infielder when he came to Ball State from Hendersonville High School. He was their shortstop right down the road. Came as a utility player to Vol State and ended up playing outfield. He played 2 years, redshirted his first year, played his sophomore season at school. He's a pretty smart guy. He's now plying his academic trade at UT Chattanooga. He is our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlight. If you don't have a form yet or have not made the connection to get your son or grandson into the alumni patio with a brick, you're going to have his name on there, the position he played, the years he played at Vol State. That way next year when I get to the between the 5th inning, I can say, and the alumni spotlight for today is Drew Plummer or Devin Thrain or Parker White or Caden Blackford or one of 22 players. Luke Lawson, the list goes on. Send me an email, treesports@gmail.com, and I'll get you the proper form. Thanks to Allie Cassidy. And their support of Vol State baseball is Jacob Bly. Faces Brady Davis. Davis misses with the first 2. Got a big strikeout of Mitchell Victors. I just anticipated that swing. Fly ball out to right field, and that's where Reed Mashinsky patrols. He makes the catch for out number 1. Bly grounded out to the pitcher in the 1st, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, and flies out here leading off the 5th inning. Owen Hutchison will not bat. There'll be a pinch hitter for Owen Hutchinson. Let's see if I can figure out who this might be. Number 2. Handwriting not so good on the lineup card. Thinking this is Tyler Webb from Clarksville Northeast High School. So these guys might have gone at it. Brady Davis at Clarksville High School. And Tyler Webb. There's a strike. Gets his first at-bat of the series. Swing and a miss, and Davis has come all the way back after falling behind 3-0. Quickly, and the full count, Ministries full count pitch delivered by Davis, and that hits Webb. So no walk, but a hit by pitch. Second hit batter of the game for Davis. And Miles Denton will get another at bat. He's walked twice, scored once. Close the book on Ryan Murphy, who goes 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, walked 4, struck out 4. 4s were wild there for him, except for 4 innings of work. Davis came on and got the last 2 outs in the 4th. It was a nice breaking pitch to Denton for a called strike. Davis has plunked a couple batters, walked 1. Like I said, walked none. Popped up into right field. Mashinsky under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Couple fly outs to right field. Bring Ben Edwards to the plate, first baseman. Edwards 1 for 2 as an RBI. Bats here with 2 outs and 1 on. Changeup swung on and missed. Davis is turning that pitch over. He gets the comeback action, and it also dives down to the feet of the right-handed batter. Another changeup. This one throws to the outside portion of the plate. Edwards able to hold up. Throw over, and Webb is back. Trust me. Breaking pitch snapped low. Sunny day here. Wind is picking up a little bit from left center field, but it's not stopping the balls going out of here in left field. Lex Falsoni with 2 home runs. Scotty Dean with a big fly out of here to left field. Ground ball to second. Plummer is going to go to short way over to Tucker Lorenz for out number 3. Edwards grounds into the fielder's choice. 4-6. That will retire Roane State in the 5th. No runs, no hits, other than the hit batter. He was not left aboard. They got him at second base. All the same, no runs means it's still 7-4. Vol State coming to the plate in the top of the 6th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. 9-1-2 to face Jackson Knotts for Jackson State. Lorenz looking for his first hit of the series. 0 for 2, strikeout and a pop out. Ball State leads 7-4. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Ball State. 4-4-1 for Jackson State. Knotts, Jackson State. Roane State as Jackson Knotts is on the mound. Walter State will come to Gallatin next week, and then Ball State will travel to Jackson for the last weekend of the year, Friday, Saturday, the end of April, and then it's tournament time, and who knows what will happen. There's a line drive to the first baseman, and Lorenz can't buy a hit. Right to Ben Edwards. Makes the catch at his ankle. Lorenz now 0 for 3. Drew Plummer steps in. He's 2 for 3. Singled in the first, doubled in the third, popped out to the third baseman. Pops this one up as he swings at the first pitch. Pops it straight back. That's going to hit off the roof and come right down in front. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike.
See you. Thank you.
Walter State is ranked 6th in the country right now in Division I baseball. Plummer sees that pitch sail outside just a tad. 35-6-1 at that ranking. LSU Eunice is ranked first. Popped up and out to right field. Zach Wilson will make the catch for out number 2. Knotts has given up 2 solo home runs, 3 hits. Now Reed Mashinsky has 1 of those hits. He's 1 for 2, stands in with 2 out, nobody on. Nice breaking pitch that Mashinsky lets go by. Blinn College is 2nd, Weatherford College 3rd, Cali County Community College 4th, and Midland College is 5th. The fastball that was pulled back across over the plate for a called strike. It's kind of amazing that catchers do that, and even more so that umpires fall for it. The breaking pitch stays in the dirt. Although he might have called that a strike if Victor had stuck it outside where it was, but instead he brought it a foot back to the left. 1-2 pitch coming from Jackson Knotts, trying to retire Pioneers in order. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. Let's check the T-Reese email. Chief Engineer A.J. Fawson has answered my text. How do we get this issue? It's high out to center field. Back goes Yates. He's still going back, but I think he's got room right in front of the warning track. Hauls that one in for out number 3. Let's see. Stacy Plummer has checked in on the treesports@gmail.com. She says, thanks for broadcasting today. So Stacy Plummer, Joy Newsom, Robert Plummer. Couple of Robert Plumbers. I think that's Drew's dad and grandpa. that have checked in. And then an unknown watching from Dallas Airport. Guessing that is Tim Raskell. Dr. Tostenson's checked in on the tresports@gmail.com, the Ball State president. I'm pretty sure that Bobby Hudson, the athletic director, he tunes in from time to time. Marissa Blank is also checked in. See if we can make a change here right in the last on our bit rate here. See what happens. See if that makes a difference. If it does, I've learned me something. You folks can tell me out there if resetting this has made any kind of difference for our stream, the video portion of it. Just made a change midstream, as they say. So we'll see what happens. We have a semi-concrete call to the bullpen. Carter Waltz, he's back out there. Waltz, he got an inning in game one of the doubleheader. Going to face Carson Yates, John O'Pearce, and Cade Martin. O's. Falsoni's throwback to Waltz was in the dirt. No wild pitch though. Waltz dug it out of there. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Waltz getting some interest from some schools around here, so congratulations to Carter Waltz. Hopefully he'll be able to move on and play at a four-year school. Got back in the count now. 2-2. Waltz pitched to 5 batters in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 8-0 win for the Pioneers. Give up 1 hit and 1 walk. Another foul off to the right side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5'10", 155-pound sophomore, son of Richard and Melanie, who are here in attendance watching this game. This is inside. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. As a matter of fact, we'll have to do it in the 7th because we're away and I need to pack up my gear quickly to get on the bus. We'll do it in 7th inning. The full count verse of the game is Yates draws the walk to lead off the 6th. At the top of the order, John O'Pearce. Looks at a called strike. Brady Davis goes 1 2/3 innings. No hits, no runs. 1 strikeout, 2 hit batters. Haven't seen a whole lot of lefty action for either team. Seems, I think, 1 for each team. Nicholas Kidd, the left-hander, he's pitched twice. Carter Waltz now pitching twice. Having trouble finding the strike zone here this time. See some action in the bullpen. Looks like a right-hander is getting loose. Ryan Murphy and Evan Hansen there behind home plate now, working the radar gun as Waltz has now walked the first 2 guys that he's faced. And that's all for Carter Waltz. Jim McGuire's out of the bullpen, or out of the dugout. I keep calling it the bullpen. He's motioned for the new pitcher. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the Pioneers. 5'11", 195-pound freshman right-hander Drew Moorhead from Clarksville, Tennessee. Rossview Hawk, general studies major, the son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead, who are here in attendance along with their very ferocious puppy dog. I didn't get his name, but did make sure he didn't bite my leg off. And Grandma Loco, she's already checked in on the T-Reese Sports Gmail account. She's listening in from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Moorhead comes on in relief of Carter Waltz, who walks the only two batters that he faces here in the 6th inning. Moorhead leads the conference in saves. He has 6, and this would be a save opportunity if he could get 6 outs. Coming on for his 15th appearance of the year. He does have 1 start, so this is his 14th in relief. 26 1/3 innings, giving up 28 hits, 25 runs. 21 of those are earned. Walked 20, struck out 29 batters. He has plunked 5 batters. Will come in with no outs and 2 on to face Cade Martin, the DH, who's 1 for 3. Ryan Murphy started the game, went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 4 runs. Brady Davis, an inning and 2/3 of no-hit, no-run baseball. And Waltz, his 2nd appearance of the day, did not have the control that he would have liked. There's a breaking pitch, catches the inside corner at the knees. Good start for Drew Moorhead. Martin singled and scored in the 1st, flew out to center in the 2nd, popped out to the first baseman in foul territory in the 4th, batting for the 4th time, and gets a called strike on a low offering from Moorhead. Moorhead looking for a strikeout or a ground ball. Sliced foul out of play. Again, this is a 7-inning contest. Fastball poured in there and fouled off. Moorhead had a stretch of 3 straight saves. He did. Out to center field. Back goes Thrain. He's still going back. He makes the catch. Tagging is Yates at second base. I'd throw the ball to second base right now to see if he actually did tag. Nice catch out there by Thrain. You don't have to wait till the pitcher gets on the rubber. Maybe Yates got back there to tag up, but it never hurts to go ahead and throw it and ask. Ball was well struck, but stayed in the ballpark. The runners at the corners for Roane State. Tying run is at the plate. That's Zach Wilson, who's 0 for 1. Walked and has also been hit by a pitch. A right fielder here in this game. started behind the plate. He's also started or played at first base. He's not started there. Nice stop by Falsoni behind home plate. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Double play ball would end the inning. That's exactly what Moorhead's looking to do, as he's throwing those pitches down low. Now he's in danger of walking the bases loaded. Mitchell Victor, the catcher, just now taking off his shin guards. He's been in the on deck circle with the shin guards on with only 1 out. Another pet peeve of mine. Runner takes off. Pitch is in there for a called strike. That was a hop, skip, and a jump head start for Pierce as he picks up, I believe that is his 29th stolen base. Now there goes the traditional double play possibility. There's another strike. So now Moorhead's going to be looking for a strikeout. Zach Wilson hasn't struck out in the series. Pops this one up. Back goes Plummer. On comes Thrain. Nobody's going to get to that one. Pierce has to stay at second, but that's an RBI single. A bloop single for Zach Wilson. And Roane State picks 1 run up. The wind blowing out as time's going to be called as Coach Mutsi going to come out. Talk about maybe how to pitch to Mitchell Victor, who's 2 for 3. So that run is charged to Carter Waltz. And John O'Pierce, who's on at second base, also his responsibility. Pierce here with 2 stolen bases on the day. Now with 29, he's behind Aiden McClary, who had the lead coming into today with 30. I'll say with a 2-run lead. Mutsi out to talk to Moorhead. Still, from my vantage point, I see people down in the Vol State bullpen. I cannot see the Roane State bullpen from my little perch. I've broadcasted a couple different times here at Roane State. It's the first time I've been in the press box, and I'm going to tell you, I'd rather be right here. It's not perfect, but it's out of the wind, out of the sun. There's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to sneak through into right field. Mashinsky has it, and he won't even make the throw to the plate. Throws back to second. The runner gets back. Mitchell Victor with his 4th RBI and another base hit. He's 3 for 4. Pierce comes in to score. Close the book on Waltz now, and it'll be a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen as we're going to find out together as to who the new pitcher is. So Moorhead has come in and gotten 1 out, but given up a bloop single and now a ground ball single into right field. All State's lead down to 1. Caden Blackford is the new pitcher for the Pioneers. 3rd of the inning. Redshirt sophomore. It's his 2nd appearance of the weekend. Blackford from White House, Tennessee. Attended White House High School. 6'2", 180 pounds, the son of Jeff and Kim Blackford. Brother to Alexa and Davis. He's got a pop up in Ridgetop and a Nana also in White House. Getting a business marketing degree, I believe, at Vol State. Going to graduate, I think, in May. He's going to come on with 1 out and runners at 1st and 2nd to face Jacob Bly. Blackford leads the club in appearances. This is his 17th of the year. He has one save on the 2025 campaign, 3.22 ERA, 22 and a third innings of work, 15 hits, 10 runs, 8 of those are earned, walked 7, struck out 15. He has plunked 4 batters. He has to come on and get the last 2 outs here before the tying or go-ahead runs come in to score. Blackford pitched a perfect 9th inning in the 11-5 win yesterday. 2 ground outs and a pop out, facing Jacob Bly, the second baseman. And the breaking pitch misses outside. Bly is 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. Roane State trying to come back and ruin the Pioneers' sweep attempt. There's a ground ball to short, could be 2. Short to second, on to no throw at first, as we might have an issue at second base there, as Plummer did not have a chance to throw. We get the out at second. Mitchell Victor slides into second base. Plummer does not throw the ball to first. I don't think he would have got Bly anyway. Slowly hit ground ball to Lorenz at short. He flipped to Plummer at second. Home plate umpire Matthew McCarty explaining, I don't know why he's the one explaining it. The play was in front of Matthew Best, the base umpire. All I can think is that Mr. McCarty has a few years on Mr. Bass, and so as the elder statesman of the 2 umpires, he's going to try to head off any argument that Jim McGuire might have. I don't think Jim agrees, but the only thing I can think is he slid over the bag, but anyway, it's going to be a fielder's choice that's going to allow Bly to reach first base. Victor is the second out. And now Tyler Webb's going to step to the plate. He was hit by a pitch on a full count pitch. He was a substitute for Owen Hutchison. His own plate umpire is writing something down. Not sure, unless it's a note for him to check on later. Now the question is, what do you do if Jacob Bly takes off? Tying run on at third base. That's Zach Wilson. Blackford throws right away. And they're going to tie the game up. Tag is applied. The out is made, but the run comes in to score. And I apologize. I'm watching the game instead of hitting the button over there to let you know what was going on. I'll tell you what happened. And I also did not get that run. Is three runs score here in the bottom of the 6th. And to check that. So the runner at first goes towards second. Blackford steps off the base. Or steps off the mound. He ends up throwing to Plummer, who starts running the runner back to first base. When that happens, Zach Wilson takes off toward the plate. He scores easily. Plummer turns around now and has to run the runner back or towards second base and throws to Tucker Lorenz. So Bly is actually picked off 1 to 4 to 6 for out number 3. They were glad to trade the pickoff for the tying run to score. That tying run charged to Drew Moorhead. So Ryan Murphy or Brady Grady Davis no chance to get the win. He was in line for the win. Moorhead gives up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks. He faced 3 batters. And now we are all tied up. Going into the final inning, the 7th. Trying to watch what happened there. I failed to hit the wide camera. Just like ESPN, folks, only totally different. Either we've had a new pitcher all along. It's number 12 out there. It's not Jackson Knotts anymore. And there's a chance that this pitcher has come in. Who is number 12 is the question. Could be Jacob Brune. I think that is who it is, and he's going to face Easton Denning. The first pitch he delivers a strike. So I'm not sure if Brune came in earlier. I don't think he did. I think this is his first batter. Jackson Knotts and Brune look a little bit differently. Get to his stats here in just a minute. Two balls and a strike to Denning. Brune's 10th appearance, 9th in relief. Couple of saves, 16 2/3 innings of work, 13 hits, 10 runs. And Denning swings at an inside pitch, pops it up into foul territory, and it's going to fall behind the first baseman, Ben Edwards, and hit the grass. Denning gets another chance. That should have been the first out of the 7th. You could count an error. They'd already put the out on the board, on the scoreboard. Could count an error there. Don't see it normally happen on a foul ball, but it's possible. Brune's had walked 16 batters. Denning swings at another pitch inside, fouls it to his dugout. Struck out 26 in 16 innings. So has given up 3 long balls and plunked 1 batter. Brune from Hickson, Tennessee, Red Bank High School. Denning gets a piece of that one. He's 1 for 3 in the game 2. Two for 5 on the day and 3 for 10 in the series. The 2-2 is high and tight. And a full count. Ministries full count. Get to our full count verse of the game between innings. Denning, Hoover, and Thrain try to give Vol State the lead back after giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Full count pitch, high but swung on and fouled back. And the full count pitch, another foul ball. We'll do it again. Full count pitch to Easton Denning, the freshman from Warren County. Smokes a breaking pitch, foul past Lucas Wilburn. McMinnville, Tennessee. Warren County High School is where Easton Denning. I'd love to know how many home runs he hit in high school. I'm going to have to ask his dad. His dad's here. Terry's here. One of his siblings. Drilled into right field. That's down for a base hit. Easton Denning gets the top of the 7th going for Vol State. Second hit of the game. Gage Hoover will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2. 10th hit of the game for Vol State. Had a hit in every inning until the 6th. Now picked up one in the 7th. Hoover not going to be asked to lay down a bunt. Fouls that one as he's aggressive. The first pitch he sees from Jacob Bruin. I think I hear him calling him Jake. Denning with a modest lead at first base, not a threat to go. Another foul ball off the screen, and Bruin gets ahead in the count 0-2. Hickson, Tennessee, where my wife, Susan, lived for a little bit. The Hickson Wildcats, as she says it. Now, he went to Red Bank. It's in Chattanooga. Comes with a straight fastball there. Let's get the 0-2 count up there on the scoreboard. Any thoughts on a change of the video? Breaking pitch stays high. Hoover struck out looking in the first, walked and scored in the third, popped out to the second baseman. He's looking to unload here. He does, lines it into right field. That's another base hit. 3-hole and 4-hole hitters get base hits into right field off of Bruin, and the first two have reached. Back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Lem Pilkington over in Nashville, supporter of Vol State baseball. Looks like Garrett Dalton thought about coming out to have a chat with the pitcher and goes back into the dugout. Pitching coach for Roane State. Now Devin Thrain, let's see if he's going to be asked to lay down a bunt. He is squaring, pulls the bat back on the pitch that lands down for ball one. Let's check the stats to see if D-Train has laid down a successful sac bunt. He does have one on the year. Vol State only has 8 on the year. Perfect time for it, though. Top of the 7th as time is called. Miles Denton is playing in at third base. Not sure what's going on. Now the home plate umpire is talking to the pitcher, Jacob Bruin, about maybe the sleeve that's on his left arm. Or, oh, he's got an issue with the communication device. So he's getting a new watch. Here's your watch. For those of you that know that reel, I think it was a Russian guy, had a comedy act on, I don't know, America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or something like that. Pretty funny. It's an inside joke to my wife and to anybody else that has seen that little bit. D-Train, see if he squares around. He does square, and he's going to try to bunt that one, but it goes toward his dugout. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball low. It might have been ball 2 that D-Train was trying to bunt. Denton is charging hard from third base. You see him right there behind the pole. He's not shy, he's just hiding. Doesn't want Devin Thrain to see him. Squaring around a bunt, overhand breaking pitch lands up by the chin for ball 2. Two hours and 15 minutes old here in this contest. Game 1 lasted about 2 hours and 7 minutes. Another squaring around a bunt, and there's the bunt down to the pitcher. He's going to think about third, and he might have waited too long. He did not. Devin Thrain turns around to say, Did I beat it out? And the sacrifice bunt works as Brune throws over to first. But a little bit too much back to the pitcher. Brune thought about going to third. Give Devin Thrain his second sack bunt. That brings up Scotty Dean, who's been hot as a firecracker here in this series. He looks at ball one. He's got a double and a home run in this game. He's 2 for 3. 1 for 2 in game one of the doubleheader. That was a double. And 2 for 4 in yesterday's contest, 2 doubles. So 4 doubles, solo home run, 5 hits in the series. Get you a big one right here, Scotty, and not getting anything to hit right now. 3 balls and no strikes with A.J. Armstrong on deck. You do have a base open. You're pitching to the hottest hitter in the Pioneer lineup. And there's ball 4. Brune's tried to stay up, but delivers the walk. Now A.J. Armstrong will get an opportunity with bases loaded, 1 out. A.J. is due. 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. Ooh. He thought about going there and maybe just a hair outside. Didn't look real good to him. Armstrong with a couple hits in the series. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. He's going to go 1 to 2 to 3 for an inning-ending double play. What a big ground ball right there. The third double play that Ball State has hit into in the game. Just what Brune was looking for. Ball State strands 2. It's the first 2 batters on base hits, Denning and Hoover. Cannot push across the go-ahead score. And now Ball State will try to take this game into extra innings, and Roane State's going to try to walk it off. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We are in between top and the bottom of the 7th. We're going to go out of the book of Psalm again, and we're going to get to Psalm 100. It's a great psalm. It's only 4 verses. We're going to do the first 3. Starts off, shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is good. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Psalm 100, brought to you by Full Count Ministries. The equipment we use on the broadcast when we are on the road is primarily, I say primarily, there's a good bit of Full Count Ministries equipment here. Camera switcher, audio mixer, cameras. Computer's the same one A.J. Fawson gave me. So, Caden Blackford out for the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Webb, Miles Denton, and Ben Edwards will try to make a loser out of Caden Blackford. He's going to try to save the game to go to the top of the 8th. First pitch that Webb sees from Blackford is outside of the zone for ball 1. He was hit by a pitch on a full count pitch from Brady Davis when he came in. There's a breaking pitch that slides over the inside corner for a called strike. Blackford came in, got a fielder's choice. Got 2 outs in that inning. He's going to say he got hit by the pitch, and Matthew McCarty says, no, you didn't. Cam Hamsley, the head coach, is going to come out and argue. Webb came on as a pinch hitter for Owen Hutchison and then went to left field, getting his second at bat. McCarty, the home plate umpire, apparently is saying, I did not see or hear that. As Coach Hamsley's going to talk to Webb about the situation. But a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Tyler Webb. Blackford delivers fastball, and that apparently misses outside. Game goes 3-1. Webb came in hitting .316. He smokes one down the right field line, but it's going to go foul. Got a little bit jammed on that, but got it up and over the infield. And he's going to face another full count Ministries full count. 27 games now. He's got a dozen hits, 1 double, 3 triples. Leads the club in that category. Looks like he can scoot. Full count pitch is high, and he's going to draw the walk this time. And there is the potential winning run. Somebody warming in the Vol State bullpen. Let's see if Miles Denton's going to be asked to lay down a bunt. Second-year player, does not have a sack bunt on the year. I'd be very surprised if they don't ask him to bunt. Webb could take off, throw over to first. Webb 9 steals in 10 attempts. So they may try to get him to second base that way. Fake bunt and steal. Runner does not go, and Denton does not bunt, and he pops out to Devin Thrain in center field for out number 1. Ball State will take that all day long. Denton now 0 for 2. He's got a couple walks, so he has reach, but swinging the first pitch there. Now Ben Edwards, who's 1 for 3, stands in. You wouldn't expect a bunt here. Edwards got a couple hits on the series, got an RBI in this game. Runner is not going, and that pitch apparently stayed high. Blackford looking for a double play ball right here. Throw over to first. What you don't want to do is throw it away at first base and let Webb go to second or possibly third. A lot of foul territory here at Roane State's field. If he throws it over to first and he gets by, there's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. I guarantee Webb's going to go to third. And there's a wild pitch that gets the runner to second. He's thinking about third. Rounded second hard. And now the sack bunt is not needed. The wild pitch gets off the glove of Lex Falsoni. Pitch sails high. A base open. Not a big deal if Edwards gets on. The problem is you only have 1 out, and Carson Yates is on deck. The problem is if he doesn't hit into a double play, which he runs well, probably not going to. There's ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through. They're going to send the runner. Mashinsky's throw is not in time, and this ball game is over. As Ben Edwards hits the RBI to right field, sends Roane State home a winner. losing pitcher is Caden Blackford. The winning pitcher is Jacob Brune. So Blackford will fall to 1-1. I don't know what's going on here, but a lot of yelling going on as Devin Thrain's coming off. I don't know if he got involved in all that celebration out in right field or not, but Roane State wins it with 3 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th to get 1 win in the series. Ball State falls to 10-12 in conference play, and Roane 9-15. Ball State 30-14 overall, and Roane State back to even at 23-23. Pioneers will play again next on Thursday at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. And they'll take on Roane State. I'm sorry. Okay, let's figure out, Tim, what is happening here. Let's put the run up there. Clear the base. Make this a final. 8-7 Roane State. I was trying to get my score sheet right instead of working on my scoreboard. So a lot of hectic activity as the last game of an away series. So Ball State wins 2 out of 3 here at Roane. We'll take on Walter State on Thursday and Friday, single game Thursday, I believe at 2 o'clock Central Time, and doubleheader on Friday at noon Central Time. The number 6 team in the country. That'll do it from Harriman, Tennessee at Roane State. We'll get on the bus, head back to Gallatin for Dr. Wendy Tossenson, Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, and Head Coach Jim McGuire. This is Tim Reese. And thank you very much for dealing with the audio or the video issues. I don't know if we fixed those. I didn't get an email that I saw that indicated that the audio or the video had gotten any better. But we'll be back with good internet at Pioneer Field at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex next week. Our final home series will be against Walter State. That'll do it for here. Thank you again for watching and listening on the Vol State Broadcast Network.